how restaurants should market in 2025. And yes, the restaurants should probably keep doing all the things they have done before, if they work obviously, but there's a new way of marketing that might be super beneficial for restaurants, and I'm gonna tell you about it right now. But first we're gonna go through some common old ways of marketing for restaurants. First one is the restaurant pays for social media marketing agencies to create content for them, which might be useful if the staff is really busy and they cannot create the content themselves. They will just outsource it. But the problem with this model is that the agency's payroll is gonna keep going, so you have to keep paying them consistently, but the restaurant owner doesn't really know what kind of results they're gonna get, so they will be paying them the same amount of money. Even if they get them like 10 views or like a million views, they will still get paid regardless. So because of this, especially for smaller restaurant owners, this might be really problematic and too big of a risk to take. So basically it's just a big risk because you don't know what kind of results you're gonna get. And the second common way of marketing is that someone in the team is gonna create the content themselves. And this one is really good because it's free. And if someone in the team has free time, why not, you know? There are tons of restaurants that are actually going viral and blown up because of this method. And I think it's really cool that restaurants are doing this. It's also really interesting for the customers when you see kind of like behind the scenes or like what kind of humor their team has, or behind the scenes how things work in the restaurants. It's really interesting and cool. But the only minor problem with this is that it takes time still. So for some restaurants that the team has lots of free time, this might be good, but for some restaurants that are super busy and they just don't care about creating content, it might be a better idea to get someone else to make that content for you. And then we have influencer marketing. Like a lot of restaurants, they pay for these influencers to come to eat at their restaurants. The same thing with that as the social media marketing agency. You don't know exactly what kind of result it's gonna get, but you still have to pay the influencer regardless. Maybe a smaller restaurant will pay for 2-3 influencers and they didn't perform that well. They would probably wouldn't want to put any money into marketing after that. So now we're getting to the main point, and I'm gonna tell you about new way of marketing, which is, first of all, it's gonna free your time. So you don't need to be creating any content yourself, or you don't need to worry about it at all. And it's gonna be also a lot cheaper than ads. On average, this method costs around like a couple dollars, versus like meta ads cost $8 and more per 1,000 views. So the difference can be quite huge. And also third thing with this method is that it will get you guaranteed results. So no more risk, no more just throw the dice and see what happens. This way you will get guaranteed views, guaranteed results, guaranteed bang for your buck. So how do we do this? We will simply get army of clippers to make clips, to make short form content about your restaurant for you and spread it all over social media, and you don't need to do anything. Imagine how much reach, how many eyeballs you're gonna get when many people make content for your restaurant and spread it on every platform all over social media. Sounds pretty good, right? And this will be organic content, not ads. People don't like ads. So there are a couple ways of doing this for restaurants. Restaurants could pay for customers to become clippers who visit their restaurant, and they could tell them that if you create clips, content inside our restaurant with our food in it, we will like pay you, let's say like $1 per 1,000 views. So all of a sudden the customers at the same time become your promoters. Customers become your ads. Or another way would be that you need to mention or showcase the restaurant inside the video somehow. Like for example, it doesn't need to be inside the restaurant, but if you order food from there, let's say you have like a bucket of chicken, you need to show some of the chicken or the bucket in the video, or hold a hamburger when you're like running outside and going crazy. All these clippers could even make content without even having the food. They would just have to talk about the restaurant and mention it in the video and maybe tag the restaurant. There are many ways to go about it, but the best thing is that the restaurant gets to choose everything together with the clipping agency that is gonna handle everything. So the restaurant can have control over as much as they want over what type of content they wanna have pushed. So sometimes the restaurant might have like a lot of control over what type of content they want, or maybe they're just busy and want to focus on running the business, then the clipping agency will handle it. So now I'm gonna give you a small taste, a small sneak peek on how this would actually get done, and we're gonna do it on this platform called WOP. And WOP is basically the best platform to pay people for different types of tasks. So here is just an example. I used KFC for this example, if this would be done for KFC. And we will create this type of community inside the WOP platform. And this is an example of the landing page. It's quite dry and quite empty because this is just an example. Here will be also like some pictures, and I just threw some KFC picture in there. But basically here we will have a title, make clips of KFC and get paid. And then somewhere here there will be a join button for clippers so they can join or apply. And here on the left side we have these things called apps. We have announcements, so KFC can make any announcements here for the clippers, or it could also be something like, hey, we have a new type of chicken burger or new type of chicken bucket or whatever, or new dip or anything. Or it could be just related to the clippers. And here we have chat, people can talk about KFC or clipping for KFC, ask questions and whatnot. And the beauty of this community is that these are not just people working for KFC to make clips, but these are customers, these are fans of KFC, and they are also working with KFC, if that makes sense. And down here we have courses, and in here the clipping agency will provide resources, anything needed for the clippers, and also teach everything there is about the clipping and give guidelines on what type of content they should make. This is kind of like the learning hub, the classroom. And then Content Rewards is the app where these clippers actually get paid. So here we have one example that I made. Make UGC content for KFC. UGC means user generated content, which basically means normal people making content. And just for this example's sake, you can see here we have the full budget. Let's say KFC is giving out 10,000 to people. You can see it here. And once this budget gets emptier, you can see it over here getting emptier, and here you can see how much people get paid. $1 per 1k for this example. Type UGC, category personal brand, and which platforms. You can choose which platforms. I put Instagram in there and TikTok. And here are some requirements. I just put a must involve a chicken burger in here in the requirements. But yeah, the requirements are gonna be here so the clippers know exactly what they need to remember to involve. And once the clippers have done the content, let's say they filmed a video inside your restaurant, inside KFC, they post it online, and then they will share the link inside here. And after the clipping agency accepts that this video has fulfilled all the requirements and follows all the guidelines, they will accept the video, and the clippers will start getting paid hourly. So they will not just get paid for those views that they had when they sent the link, they will also like keep getting paid when the views get higher. But usually businesses have some sort of maximum payout, like a ceiling that how much one clipper can get per video, so that let's say one clipper's video goes crazy viral, all of the 10,000 or 100,000 budget would go into that one video. That would be a bit silly. So yeah, if this video made you interested in clipping army, you can contact me, link in description, and I will see you guys on the future videos. Bye.